Hello again, and welcome to my little crafty corner. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite crafts to do, and it is to take these plain Jane glass ornaments and turn them into beautiful pieces of art. Very simple, a lot of fun to do with your children, your family, even as a group or party activity. They're super simple, can be very kid friendly if you get the plastic ones instead of the glass ones. I don't advise the glass for children. The tops underneath here can be a little ragged and even dangerous for adults sometimes. So let me show you what you're going to need. First off, you're going to need your ornament, either in glass or plastic, and make sure they're the ones that the top just pops right off of, like that. And then you're going to need a cup, either paper, plastic, glass like I use, something big enough but yet small enough that the ornament can rest on top and drain after you put the paint in. And then of course you're going to need paint. Pick your favorite colors. They can be just about any color. Just plain acrylics, enamels, whatever you happen to have. I haven't tried watercolors, but I don't think they would work. I do advise though, if when you get your paint, and if you have to get some, go out and buy some, make sure you get white. White complements all these beautiful colors, dark or light, and makes for really pretty ornaments. And last but not least, you're going to need your paper towel. And this is to, of course, wipe up any messes if you're like me, or drips that you might get, and to hold the top while you shake. So let's get to work. After you've taken the top off, like we just did, you pick your colors, and I think today I want something more of a unicorn. I have a unicorn on my mind. I have no clue why. I think it has a lot to do with a little girl named Charlie. So I'm going to start out with my darker color. It's purple, and I'm going to shake it up really good because they've been sitting around a while, and I know they separate sometimes. Pop the top, and I'm just going to squirt some, tilt the ornament a little bit so it'll run, and you don't need a lot at all. Just tilt it and give it a little squirt and let it start running down the side. And like you can see, it's starting to spread. And I'm going to give it another squirt here. And maybe even one more over here. There you go. And the way you hold the ball will determine the way it spreads. So you can twirl it a little bit here to get it started all over. And then the next one I'm going to go with, of course, pink. You need pink and purple. When I see pink and purple, I think unicorn. Doesn't everybody? And shake that up. And I'm going to give it a squirt in between the purples. Just a little bit. Now, like I said, you can use any colors that you like. If you are more of gold and silver, or reds, and for Valentine's Day, greens. For St. Patrick's Day, red, white, and blue. The only thing I will tell you, though, that if you say you like red and green, it's a typical Christmas color, make sure that you put white in between your lines of red and green, because if you were to shake an ornament with just red and green, you're going to end up with something that looks a lot like mud. They're called complementary colors, and they don't complement when mixed. So, and now I'm going to add a little bit of white in between each one. And you don't need much. Just skirt here, here, there, here, there, and everywhere. And the idea isn't to fill all the holes, it's just to get the paint in there. The shaking part will fill all the holes. Alright, so this is what I have so far, and I'm going to tilt it and start twirling a little bit. Just fill it. You can see where I totally missed parts. So I'm just going to twirl this and let it run down. See if I can fill in some of the holes and get the colors to start mixing up a little bit. Alright, before I make too big of a mess, I'm going to fold up my paper towel, stick it over the top, and I'm going to tip it upside down and give it just another twirl, just a small one, and then I'm going to hold it and hold it tight. And if you're using glass, I tend to use my palm to shake up the paint a little bit. You can, if they're plastic, don't feel bad about doing this, but if they're glass, I don't advise it. So now I'm just going to shake. Back and forth, up and down. I'm going to twirl a little bit. Another up and down, back and forth. And see how they're starting to blend, and you've covered up all the holes. And just keep shaking until you think you're ready. And to me, that's pretty ready. Oops. And see how they've started to blend already? Alright, now all you do is you tip it over and let it drain off into your glass. And while it's draining, the colors will again start to blend and move. And it's a slow process, you know, watching paint dry. Not the most exciting thing in the world. But to me, it already looks like unicorn colors. So, and believe it or not, that's it. I will let mine sit like this, draining overnight. And then the next day, before I put this in, I'll flip it over and let it sit until I remember it, which could be a day or two. But by the end of the day, tomorrow, you can pop this back in and you can end up with beautiful works of art that would make great gifts, look great on your tree as home decor. String them up, pile them up into a basket. That's all there is to it. Like I said, something that the kids would love to do. They can actually make messes in a ball, and Mom would like it. So I hope, like I always do, that I've sparked a little bit of imagination, given you some inspiration, and I definitely hope you have a great day. So I will see you later, and thanks for coming.